Hi, this is Josh with Resort TV 1, and today we're bringing you a construction update from the Magic Kingdom for April of 2019. We hope you enjoyed the video, and please remember to leave us a like and a comment, as well as subscribe and hit that notification bell if you haven't already done so. Also, be sure to follow us on social media. We're Resort TV 1 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So, let's get started. And as you can see, over here on my left, there's actually big changes here next to the castle, but we'll look at that in more detail in just a bit. First, let's go back outside the park and look at the construction from outside the park just in front of Space Mountain. So, let's take it outside. And back inside the park, you can see a little bit better view of this construction here. They're actually widening this walkway between Sleepy Hollow Refreshments right next to me and the Fantasyland shortcut here next to the castle. So it is an important walkway, and it does get very crowded. I have to admit, I liked it being narrow. It's one of those kind of out of the way walkways, even though it does get crowded. But you can see how they've cleared the land here, and they're starting to move some of the equipment. They're eventually going to lay the foundation to move that walkway out. But the moat is clear, and you can see how deep it is. It's not really very deep. It's actually pretty shallow overall. Zoom just a little bit. It's mostly dry, and I'll show you over on the other side where they've got it dammed up so that the water can't get through. So it's something I've actually never seen. I know they've probably done it before, but I've never seen it. And the cool thing is too, they got to really clean out the bottom of it, because just a couple weeks ago it was fairly dirty on the bottom, and now it's really clean. So that was one benefit of this construction. So on the other side of the bridge I was just standing on, you can see where the dam is, and it's dry here. The ducks, I don't think, know what to do down there. And you can see where the dam starts just in front of the Adventureland bridge here. The ducks are in the water there, so that's how they've got it shut off so that they can do this construction. So something you don't normally see. And just from behind the Liberty Square gate, you can see the construction here is just a little better. They've even got a little stairway up from the ground to the main walkway there. They've got castle spotlights and things that I believe will have to be moved as well as part of some of the shows that they do. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle all those things. The nice thing is, though, Cinderella's castle is as beautiful as always. Just some of the side views are a little bit different now, so not as big of a problem as in Disneyland, where the castle, Sleeping Beauty Castle, is completely covered. Here, the castle is open and ready to be viewed, but just the side views are a little different. So anyway, if they ever cover up Cinderella Castle like that, I think it'd be a lot bigger effort just because of how much larger it is. So there you can see the other side of the castle, and you can see underneath the bridge is completely dry here, and they've got some piping there probably to get things all swept out, but really interesting to see it like that for sure. And you can see there's just a little bit of water left in there, but not a ton. And then over here, what's really interesting is they have these waterfalls on either side of the castle, but of course they have to have those off, because then it would obviously fill back up the moat here. So everything here is dry. So it's the first time I've ever seen that, and definitely will be much prettier when they get it open back up, but it is interesting to see it different. Earlier this year, the rivers of America were drained, and this is just something new, so you can see what it looks like, but also can't wait to get it back the way it was so that it's just as beautiful as always. And over here on the Tomorrowland side, there's a little bit more water, but pretty dry under the Tomorrowland bridge, you can see from here. So pretty dry there, but a little bit of water here, and then over to the waterfall by Cosmic Rays. It's very terraced and very beautiful, but it is definitely dry. So anyway, let's go look at it from the Tomorrowland side. And over here they've got it dammed up by the Tomorrowland Terrace, right here by the Sea Serpent. As you can hear the Main Street Philharmonic marching around next to me. And one thing I noticed when I looked at this the first time a week or two ago is that the rocks are different color right at the water level. So either they didn't paint down to the water level, or I would assume that's the case. I don't think the water would have worn it off quite like that. But remember, those rocks used to be kind of an orangish red color. So anyway, interesting to see that they're not painted down all the way to the bottom. Makes sense though. And here we can see a little bit better view of the bridge next to Cinderella Castle that I was just standing on. You can see the dry waterfall features there. So really interesting to see it dry, that's for sure. Let me zoom out just a little bit and we'll be able to see the same thing over here, that the rocks are not painted all the way to the bottom. And then under this bridge, like I showed you a minute ago, is pretty much completely dry. Now on our live stream we showed, on our all-day live stream, we showed how it wasn't very clean here and it actually kind of smelled very mossy, which is normal for standing water, but they got it cleaned up and it is not smelling and it looks much, much better. So as I've shown you in the past, one of the best ways to get a great view of the Tron and Speedway construction is from the TTA People Mover. So we're going to go take a ride on the TTA People Mover. You know, you don't have to convince me twice to do that. I'm not going to show the entire ride, but just the construction update part so that the video is a little bit more concise. But you know that you can always watch our live streams and our TTA videos anytime you want. So let's go ride the TTA and get some updates. All right, here we are on the ride after waiting almost half an hour. You can see the cranes there in place for the Tron construction. A lot of construction on the Speedway there. So keep your eyes peeled. You never know who you might see. There's another view of the Castle Moat, and of course the beautiful castle. So since we last rode this, there have been a lot of updates here. They actually started making new track configuration because of the Tron construction. So you can see here in the middle, they're actually laying the foundation for track curbs, it looks like. Right there where that machinery is there. Of course, there's a closer look at the cranes. They've really got some of the foundations started pretty well here. I'd imagine some beams will start going vertical here pretty soon. And we'll take one more look at the construction. And remember, the train track is gone. They're going to move it somewhere on the other side of the Tron area. So I think it probably will go right next to the Speedway somewhere here, but that's just my guess.
Different high-flying adventure. Hop on board the Astro Orbiter. Pilot your own spacecraft as you take a spin around the planet and ascend to otherworldly heights. This time it's Laughter Thereafter at Monsters Incorporated, so drop in and join Mike Wazowski and all his pals at Monsters Incorporated. Share the fun.
That was the end of the Royal Friendship Fair show. Pretty cool. So here we are in Space Mountain exit area, and this scene is the same. It's one of my favorite scenes. It reminds me a lot of Horizons, especially that part, that beautiful mural back there. But this has not changed at all. What is changed and I didn't show the other scenes just because I didn't want to go back all the way through, but is that there's no speed ramp anymore. And this has been like this for a while, but you can see there's actually carpeting on the floor here. No speed walkway. So the skylights to outer space are still here. We're going under the train tracks here, but there is no speed walk, and that's probably good for maintenance. It actually comes out in a slightly different location too. We'll show you here in just a second. It's actually really pretty in here. Very modern and contemporary. I love how they themed it. It really fits the Tomorrowland theme. Almost fits old Tomorrowland actually, with the just very clean white and gray paint and these futuristic light fixtures. So anyway, I really like it. I think they did a great job with it. Another thing that's really cool is they've got some of these little silver balls that they have in the entrance to the ride itself, so that's pretty cool. There's a better shot of the whole room. Sorry, I didn't realize I was zoomed in there just a second ago. It's like a purification chamber from Body Wars. Anybody remember that? And then this beautiful kind of watercolor type impressionistic painting here. That's pretty cool. And it comes out in a slightly different place than it did before. Still into the shop, but more in the middle, where it used to come out right next to the door. It used to come out more up here in this area. So anyway, it's been like that for a while, but I haven't had a chance to go through there. So another big update. And another update here right behind Cinderella Castle is that the Castle Couture shop is being refurbished. So there's a cover over it, and really cool how they do these. It's kind of painted like the building, but usually these type of refurbishments are just for repainting and things like that. So a cover all the way around the Castle Couture shop, but they recently had Sir Mickey's doing the same thing, and it's back open now. So they do this from time to time. They do it on Main Street as well. The Florida sun is really rough on buildings and paint, so they do these refurbishments on a scheduled basis. So I'm sure it'll be back uncovered here in the next month or two. Well, that's all for now for this construction update for April of 2019 here at the Magic Kingdom. We hope you enjoyed the video. There's a lot of cool updates that we hadn't seen before, like the moat that was completely uncovered, the Tron construction and Speedway construction really moving along. So a lot of great things that are taking place here at Magic Kingdom, and we can't wait to see what comes to fruition on those projects. So again, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't already done so. Also, be sure to follow us on social media. We're Resort TV 1 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Also, be sure to check out our sponsors, MickeyBlog.com and MickeyTravels.com for the best and free Disney vacation planning advice. And also, check out WindowRepairParts.us and use coupon code ResortTV1 for 20% off your purchase at WindowRepairParts.us. So for now, have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Bye-bye. Now that you've finished watching this video, be sure that you're subscribed so that you can get all of the latest updates. Also, check out some other great videos on our channel. Have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Bye-bye.